Hey guys, Joe here with Doji Trading, and today we're going to look at a community request from Jay Lynn. They pretty much asked if we could help them with a script for when a candle closes above the 9 EMA or below the 9 EMA, but on the 1 hour and 4 hour time frame. That's not a problem. We can go ahead and get that done. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so here you are looking at your chart. The first thing that I'd like to do is definitely change into the time frame in which the code is going to be working in. So I'm going to come right over here to the day. I'm going to go ahead and change that stamp to the 4 hour because that's what I'm going to start the code in. So we're going to do the 4 hours timestamp. And then basically, since we need the moving average, we're going to come right up over here to the studies. And we're going to go ahead and click on that. And we are going to go ahead and type in moving so that we can get the exponential, moving average exponential. All right. Click on this add selected button right here, and that'll get you started. And then we're going to go ahead and come right on over here to the little cog. Get that bad boy on just to make sure that everything's set up right. All right, so we have the 9, which is what we were looking for. And we have it blue, so we'll be good. Go ahead and click apply and okay. Now I know that this is going on the watch list, but just to make sure that the results are what we're looking for, this is exactly why I do it, just so that when the results do come out on the watch list, we can then in fact verify it. All right, so now that's done. We are going to come over here to the watch list. Now, if you don't have a watch list and it's your first time making one, this is what a watch list looks like. What you're going to do is head on down here to the little plus icon. You're going to go ahead and click on that. And that'll bring up a small window down here. And right down here in the lower right hand corner of the two columns is the watch list. Go ahead and click on that and you'll get a brand new watch list that pops up like so. To move back up, there's a little icon right here as well. This little up arrow. Go ahead and click on that and that will scroll you back up for whatever reason. If you get, stuck down there, that's a nice little featured icon that'll get you scrolling through here easily. All right, I apologize about that. I had a bit of a hiccup there with my screen recording. So what we are going to do is come right back over here to the cog. You're going to see that right over here. And once you click on it, you're going to go ahead and click on customize. Now what's going to happen is you're going to get this beautiful little window that pops up right here. And what you're going to do is go ahead and type in custom over here in this nice little box. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring up all your custom scripts that you have. Now, if it's your first time doing a code, then I think you should have somewhere around 13, 14 custom scripts available. And what we're going to do is simply just click on one of them, whichever one. Let me go back to that real quick. Click on any of them that say custom, and then all you're going to do is click on the add items right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to transfer it over here. So all it did was take it from here and bring it down into this column box over here. Now, if you want to get rid of that later on, all you have to do is click back on it and go ahead and remove it. But as of for now, any one of those customs that you click on, go ahead and transfer it over here and you'll be ready to go. For the sake of example, I do have this custom 33 right here that I was making for this video specifically. So once that's done, go ahead and click on the OK box. And what you're going to see is this custom, or you're pretty much going to see a little custom column that pops up. Now, it may or may not have values in it. I can't remember what the defaults look like, but I'm pretty sure it's probably something like this. So all we're going to do is come up to the top of the column, right click on the heading of it, go ahead and go down to edit formula. And then you get this beautiful custom quote formula that pops up. Now, initially what you should see is something like this. You should get some kind of action here that at least allows you to have these two options, the edit and delete. And what we're going to do is go ahead and delete it because we don't need it. And then what we're going to do is come over here to the Think Script Editor, which is just the next tab. Click on that. And this is actually where we're going to go ahead and begin to code. Now, before we do that, I like to go ahead and change the column name because it is a custom script. So this is the 9 EMA. We'll just go ahead and call it 9 EMA. We'll just do 9 EMA. That makes sense. And this is the time frame. It's very important that you recognize the time frame that you're in. So this is looking at the days. So if we wrote all the code for the code that was requested earlier and we went ahead and applied it, it would show us the results on the daily time frame. But we don't want that. What we want is the 1 hour and the 4 hour. And since we just went ahead and set the chart on the 4 hour, that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and start on. So go ahead and click on that, slide straight on down to the 4 hours, click on that, and now we are ready to go. All right, so the first line of code is pretty simple. All we're going to do is define the 9 EMA. So EMA 9, that works for me. And then we're going to go ahead and do moving average And then sometimes you're going to get this little drop down right here. We'll go ahead and take exponential. Well, looks like I did that wrong. Let's try that again. There we go. Space bar. Side note, it's a space bar. All right. And then all I want to do is just make sure that I know the length. And the length is 9, because I don't want to add anything that I don't know. Make sure you have your semicolon at the end. All right, so the first line is done. We have the EMA 9, which is defined as the moving exponential with a length of 9. So that's done. That's a good deal right there. Now we're going to go ahead and do another define. And we are going to go ahead and define above. And then we're going to do an if statement. So if the close of the candle is above, so pretty simple to do. If the close is greater than the EMA 9, then we want true. And for true, it's going to be 1, and then else is going to be 0. So basically 1 is true, 0 is false. Pretty simple, very good to know, and very easy to remember. All right, so after that, we're going to go ahead and add a label because we want to be able to see what happens. And then what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and do another if statement. So if above, then we want A, else we want B. And the way that the if statement in this works as well is pretty much the exact same thing. Whenever you have an if, it's always going to check if something's true. The if statement always checks for true. And then normally anything after that, or just pretty much anything else after that is true, else is false. Excuse my penmanship. It is absolutely horrendous with this thing. All right. So let's just go ahead and test that out. I'm going to go ahead and click apply right on down here. Click OK. And let's see if we get any results. So we got nada. So let's go back and take a look at why. Let's go ahead and click on edit formula. And I'm reaching some delayed data. So maybe that just didn't save. That's weird. Okay, well, they're popping up now, so something happened. And it's 10:44 at night. Normally it's a little hairy around this time, so I'll see if I can make this a little bit faster. All right, so everything did pop up. Let's go ahead and confirm that they're actually operating the way we want them to. So A equals above and B equals below. Let's go ahead. So we have a sign here, and it's above, and that is above. We do have the 9 EMA, and then we do have the close of the candle, which is above it. Let's check one of the ones for below. We do have the 9 EMA, and then we do have it below it. Again, just to reiterate that we are on the 4 hours, and that's very important to know because that's what we set the time frame in for the watch list. So everything is looking right, because if maybe we switched over to the day, looks like it actually still honors it. But for those that are a little bit closer in time, you know, there may be some discrepancies there. So that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and try a few more. Let's try Costco. This one says it's above, it's above. All right, so we're looking good. Now this may be a little plain for you, and this may be the only thing on your chart. So what we're going to go ahead and do is spice it up some. Let's go ahead and come right back over to the top of the column. Click on edit formula, and then we are going to add some colors to it. Now, if you want to add font color, we're going to go ahead and do that first. So all we're going to do is just come right back in here to the line of code, come right back after the B and the parentheses. And then all I'm going to do is drop a comma, and then I'm going to go ahead and say if above, then color dot dark green, else color dark red. Now, if this is right, what it'll do is it'll go ahead and change the A's to green and the B's to red. Let's go ahead and click apply for a test. And it looks like those are the results that we got. Now, for some of you, they may be like, oh, that's horrendous. That's hideous. I'd rather just have the background colors, something like this. So we're going to go ahead and adjust it. Let's go ahead and remove what we just added. Okay. And come on down to the next line. Ooh, forgot the little comma right there. Right, perfect. Then we're going to go ahead and assign a background color. So When you begin to type it, you're going to get a little prompt. Just go ahead and press the space bar. It should be the first one on there. And then if above, then color dot dark green. Else, let's go color dot dark red. All right, so this will give us the background colors. Let's go ahead and give that an apply. And that looks a little bit better. Now remember, if you want to change those, if you want it doesn't have to be A and B. You can change those to as you find pleasing. That's completely up to you. It's all personal preference. And just go ahead and click OK. So what we have now is the 9 EMA time frame done. It's a done deal. That is all said and good. Now the remainder of the assistance was asking for the 1 hour. So in order to do that, what you would do, or the easiest way to do it, at least in my eyes, because you can write a script where you could have probably both of them inside of here, but I don't think that would be as beneficial as to having 2 columns. And the reason is that a lot of my columns, I'll give you an idea. I bring one of these down here, and I know this looks absolutely horrendous to those who haven't seen something so Christmas-like, but it's easier for me at a glance to just look at the colors as they're lined up and see if there's values that I'm looking for. So I would recommend going this route. If you do decide that you would like to have it done the other way, just let me know, and maybe we'll make another video on it, and we'll go ahead and add both codes. So what we would do is just come right back over here to the top of the column with the 9 EMA. Go ahead and go back to edit formula. And all we need to do is grab this, Control C. And then all we're going to do is leave it alone. We drop down to the 1 hour time frame, because that's where we're going to go ahead and test the next set of script. And then we would come back over here to the little cog, click on this, click on customize, go ahead and type custom, and then add another custom script into your current script. So I'd grab a brand new one, transfer it over like we did earlier, and then go ahead and click OK. And then when that new script comes up, you're going to get a brand new bar just like we did earlier in the video. And all you're going to do is right click on it, edit formula, and really you're just going to paste it. And once you paste it, the only thing you're going to change in here is the name, because you want a different name to represent the 4 hour. So maybe 9 EMA 1 hour, 9 EMA 1. And then I would just come right over here to the 4 hour slot and change this to the 1 hour slot. And once that's done, you hit apply and OK. We're going to go ahead and get a new bar of results. So you'll have 2 columns that are reading differently. And that'll be imperative because obviously that's the way you've chosen to trade. So you'll now have a visual representation of where things are. And that's, you know, that's exactly what I'm pretty sure you're looking for. So now we have the 1 hour up on the chart. And then after that, you'll just be able to come right back and confirm that the code is running the way that you wanted it to. For whatever reason you find that it's not, please let me know in the comments below and we'll go back over it together. But I believe this will wrap up this video. So I really hope this has helped you, Jalen. If you have any other questions, again, feel free to let me know at any given time. For anybody else that's out there watching, if you have questions and you'd like to go over some things, let me know. And if I have the resources to do so, I'd be more than willing to help. So until next time, this is Joe at Doji Trading. Thank you for stopping by and take care.